I'm really sorry that it's been a little while since I've updated you on my D Ribose trial. The reason for that is actually because I wanted to see if my results were just coincidental or if they were actually because of using D Ribose. So I spent the last few months just sort of trialing it out. I'll have like a month where I use it and a month where I don't, to kind of see like how I feel either way. But I finally made an actual decision, which is why I'm now recording this. I would say drum roll please, but don't get excited. On the whole, I would say yes, definitely worth trying. I would definitely say it's not something that's just like, oh no, it doesn't work, it's faddy, it's crap. I'd say the amount it costs versus the effect it's had on me is definitely worth it, but I would definitely not say miracle cure. Basically, when I first started using it, I felt amazing. I felt like, oh my gosh, I feel normal, this is amazing. And then afterwards I was a bit like, I felt normal for a really long time, but I wanted to see if it was just coincidence or if it was down to the D Ribose, so I stopped taking it for a month, and I then didn't crash at all and carried on feeling normal. So I was a bit like, maybe it was just a really weird coincidence that I felt really good. And then I basically went through periods where like for 1 month I'll use it, for 1 month I won't. And then sometimes in the month where I'm not using it, I feel fine. And then sometimes in the month I'm using it, I'll still crash. However, I've definitely gone, since I have been using it, overall, I've definitely gone through periods where I have felt normal for a lot longer than I normally would. And I would also say that my crashes are not as severe as they were. They wouldn't last as long and I wouldn't be completely knocked out. I'd still be able to function, I'd still be able to like wash and clean and stuff, which like before, when I had a crash, I could like barely get in the shower. I couldn't feed myself. Whereas now when I crash, although I couldn't go out for a run and I couldn't like, you know, go out and socialise, and I need to sort of like stay home and relax and try and get myself back on track, at least I can still chuck something in the microwave. This is like, I think I'm going to start my like advertising the microwave now. I'm not. Yeah, so at least I can still like function, which is something that I couldn't do before. It sounds like someone's screaming. What is that noise? Sorry about that, I hope you can't hear that. It's not a person, by the way, in case you're thinking I should go and help. No. Yeah, and I just think it's definitely very beneficial. I think that the physical side of it has been great. I don't feel as physically exhausted. I don't tend to get that feeling of having hollow legs. I feel like I actually have muscles in my legs, and I can exercise now to a certain extent. I can't push it too far, but as far as my physio will allow me. I don't think that it's particularly helped things like brain fog, so I do still go through that period of time where I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, what am I here for, who am I? I don't think it's particularly helped with that, but at the same time, I think, because it only costs like, I think I'm paying about £26 for the pack. I would look at the pack, but I have decanted it into a pot and throwing the pack in the bin, so I'm really sorry I can't check this. But it was the cheapest that was available online, and I'd say it was pretty damn worth it. Like £26, and it will last me probably just over a month, which is cheaper than a gym membership. And with the fact that there are things that I can no longer do generally, and it's kind of giving me my life back. So yeah, overall I would say yay to D Ribose, definitely worth trying it. I have spoken to other people who've used it, and I'd say that there seems to be a bit of a balance where some people are like, Didn't work for me at all in the slightest. And other people are like, oh my gosh, it's changed my life. This is amazing. So if you haven't used it, I definitely would say go and try it for a couple of months. If it doesn't work for you, it's a shame, but at least you haven't spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds or had an operation or something. It's definitely worth trying, is what I'm trying to say, badly. So yeah, overall, my verdict is yes, it's good. Physically, it's definitely better than mentally. And yeah. Anyway, in summary, I have less crashes. When I do have a crash, I get better quicker. But I'd say it's helped me more physically than like brain function. Brain function doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Also, it doesn't taste bad. I shove it in my coffee. It doesn't taste any different. Or I sprinkle it in my cereal. Again, just disappears. Or I just have it in some juice in a drink. If it doesn't, at least it's not like one of those things where you're like, ugh, it's so foul. So overall, yes, I'd say yes to D Ribose. I have had recommendations to try it with magnesium. I did try it with magnesium. Magnesium did not agree with me in the slightest. I was basically stuck to the toilet the entire time that I was using magnesium. So for me, I'm going to steer clear of magnesium, but I have heard good things about it. So again, it's not one of those things there are no cons, if you know what I mean. Like, if you weigh up the pros and cons, the only con would be it doesn't work for you. The pros, it could work for you. Equally, it could not. But there's no like health implications if it doesn't work for you that I know of. Certainly that scientists have not come out with so far. So yeah, yay to D Ribose. For me, no to magnesium, but definitely works for other people, so give it a crack.